Good morning and happy Easter. You are tuned into Guardian Angels Brockton Community Talk videocast. My name is Bruce Burleson. I'm Assistant Chapter of the Brockton Guardian Angels and co-founder of the chapter. Got a couple of things to talk to you about today. Again, happy Easter. I hope everybody has a good time today. Eat some good food, spend some quality time with family. Well, I was reading the New York Times this morning, and it says that they are slashing social programs for the poor. Well, what else is new? This always happens during a recession. What I want to say is, why not go after the fat cats who are putting on their golden parachutes while they jump out of their failed corporate jets? I know they started to do some of that stuff, but they could go further with it and take some of that money back and give it to people who really need it. Now, obviously, we have a problem with Social Security in this country. It needs to be bolstered. It's due to go bankrupt in the next, say, 30, 40 years, maybe by 2040, I think they're saying. It's obviously in need of some kind of reform. We've got to do something about this. Otherwise, it ain't going to be there 30 years from now when I retire, that's for sure. Now, one way of reforming the system is to stop wasting the money. And one way of stop wasting the money is stop giving disability payments to people who turn around and spend the money on drugs and booze. What are we doing? We're spending our Social Security money on people who are self-destructing. And then they wind up in a detox, which costs even more taxpayer dollars. We could spend that money to bolster the fund and give it to people who are going to spend it responsibly, like, for example, on bills. Now, I've been working in human services for years. I've seen a lot of people take that check every month. They go to a flop house and they get high or drunk for a couple days. The money runs out, and then they wind up pushing carts up and down the street to collect cans for the rest of the month. Now, I wonder where this started or how it started, but it obviously needs to change. We got to find better ways of dealing with this problem. Give the money really to people who are really trying. Obviously I have nothing against giving Social Security disability to people who really need it. There are people who are actually trying. People who are making a good faith effort to deal with their drug and alcohol problems or mental illness or what have you. And give it to them, not to the people who are going to blow it, on something that's going to fry their liver or the rest of their body and lead to them becoming on ice at a young age. Okay, alright, I'm going to stop ranting and raving on that topic for a minute and focus on something else. You probably read in the Enterprise about Keith Luke. Now, Keith Luke is this dude who went on a rampage about a month or two ago and killed a couple of people and did some home invasions and got into this car chase with police, and he was shooting at police. Well, it turns out he was going to start killing the Hispanics. When he got done with them, he was going to start killing the Jews. And when he got done with them, he was going to go after the blacks. Now, his objective, as he stated, was to preserve the white race. Now, working in group homes, shelters, and a drug program, I can say, white people need help. But you know something? I can tell you that minorities in this country are really up the creek without a paddle, and then people like these lunatic white supremacists go after them thinking they're the problem and not the fact that the government wastes money on giving Social Security payments to people who blow it on drugs instead of trying to help their mental health, give the help to people who really need it. I can't wait to follow the trial on that guy. That's going to be interesting. Now, folks, let me remind you, like I did in an early segment, it's your responsibility as a citizen to look out for those around you. We can prevent things like this. You start hearing people talk about, I'm going to kill people. You start seeing them build up this arsenal of weapons that they really don't need. If somebody's not a hunter, then what do they need? An AK-47, a Tech 9, an Uzi, and all this stuff all locked up in their house or in the trunk of their car where they can really wreak havoc with it. They don't need that stuff, and we need to be keeping an eye on our neighbors, friends, and family before these tragedies really happen, before these people finally snap and go nuclear and shoot a bunch of people who don't deserve it. Alright, this has been BACTV, Guardian Angels Brockton Community Talk videocast. Keep tuning in for more. You can go to www.brocktonguardianangels.org and link to more videocasts. We've done about a week of them so far. So far, so good. Also, check in on WXBR AM radio this coming Monday at 10 a.m. because chapter leader Michael Waite is going to be on there talking about the Brockton Guardian Angels and what we're trying to do to try to make this community safer. That's Monday the 13th at 10 a.m. Have a great Easter, and remember, keep it safe.